4, presented by Traxion, welcomes you to Daytona International Speedway for Race 1 of Course Season 4. It's the Daytona 250, presented by Traxion. Everything's presented by Traxion tonight. It's a whole lot of fun to be with you tonight. We'll be with you for the next 13 weeks or so over this season. 12 different races, 11 of them count for points. We've got the All-Star race in there too. Fun stuff all coming on the way. And just like the Fall Brawl, we've got the Three Stooges back up in the broadcast booth. Jacob Hitz, Kevin McAdams, Sean Butler with you, with Zach Johnson, our producer for tonight.
Thank God.
Sean, we'll start with you. You were in the Fall Brawl race here that we did with these cars at this version of this racetrack. And it was fun, but this track, bumpy, so these guys are pretty much on the edge of the control all night.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the bumps definitely do provide a challenge at this track for sure. And Daytona, the super speedway connoisseurs, I guess, on iRacing can attest. This is probably the most widely adored super speedway on the service. So just because of its, I want to say nature, I guess you could say, it's got personality with the bumps. So you really got to find your way around, and don't be surprised to see a lot of these guys vie for that top lane early on to try to, get the advantage over the bottom lane to have momentum off the corners. But it's all going to be about who can make the moves at the right time and who can avoid the wrecks, because let's be honest, there's going to be a bunch of them. But I can't wait to watch this. I'm happy to be commentating and not producing tonight, but nonetheless, it's going to be a great show to watch for sure.
Kevin, we'll get to you in a moment, but first, let's do the grid here from Daytona. So the duels were last night. If you missed it, it was a lot of fun. Trey Normile and Harry Tiller qualified on speed to take over the front row, and they will make up the front row here tonight.
You're looking down alongside here, Eliza Bethel. We gotta give her credit. She won the opening race last night, so big call to her. She finds herself in the 4th spot, and Briar LaPrade will be rolling off in that 4th position. Then you got to go down to Michael Cozy Jr. will be rolling off in 5th. Keenan Kuss in 6th. Ian Clash, Michael P. Frisch, Dylan Jacobs, and Eric Keplinger round out the top 10.
Going down the rest of the order, we've got 24 cars here, so this is going to have to fly through quick. We're on the backstretch. McCandless, Cisco, then Gary Owen, Joey Stone, Rusty, Lowell, who had some connection issues last night, was leading at one point. Then you got Davin and Travis Brown. David Schildhouse, Cosman going to make up row 20, and we'll fly through the rest of this. Champagne, Carlos Borges, also known as Fiasco, then Justin Malillo, and Caleb Huffman rounding out the grid. Kevin, we saw in this race, in the Fall Brawl, fuel strategy come into play here at Daytona. As you see the weather, do you think we're going to see that, or are we just going to have cautions kind of ruin that aspect for us?
I think we're going to see more or less chaos. Chaos and carnage all night long. Watch out for turn 4. That's been Calamity Corner all preseasons. We're already under green.
Yeah, we're under green. I'm confused as to where Harry is at, because he's behind Trey, but Trey was the pole sitter and Harry was second.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that, but we're going as Trey leads the bottom, and Eliza Bethel, who won the duel last night, she jumps up to the outside. She'll lead the top side off turn 2.
And like I was saying, Jake, this top side is going to have momentum all throughout the night. You just got to have the right pusher. And Harry Tiller in that 69 Moonsport Gas Holes podcast machine is a very underrated super speedway driver. He knows how to get around this place, especially in these cars. So look for him to be up here all night. But that bottom lane is holding up strong as another accomplished super speedway driver, Michael Cozy Jr. down there, helping push Trey Normile off of 4.
We did not talk about stages here. We do have stages, and we're changing up points a little bit compared to last season. So the top 5 will get stage points. P1, whoever wins the stage, gets 5 points. Second place gets 4, so on and so on. Just watch Travis Brown bounce it off the fence not once but twice into turn number 1. He's going to drop to the back of the field. That's not the first time that we've seen him get a little too high in the corners, and he was able to keep it straight.
I feel like we've seen Travis Brown hit the wall more than, going in the right direction, but he's going to fall back outside the top 20 now. It looks like Blake McCandless as well going to drop back into the single file formation. You got Guys like Caleb Hoffman, he ran a couple times in the preseason. Cisco Scaramuza back here. Justin Malillo also sporting the Traxion colors in the 53 at the tail end of this pack. So we got a couple different strategies. You got 5 or 6 guys way in the back, about 2.5 seconds behind our leader. And then we got a 2x2 battle. And it looks like, as Sean mentioned, that middle lane is the place to be. Harry Tiller getting a great push from Briar LaPrade, who looks like he finally found some colors on that car.
Finally.
And making that third lane work. Here he comes with Michael Frisch.
Yeah, I think after last night's race, Briar went down to the local Home Depot and got some paint for that thing, and he's now got it out front leading in those colors. When we talked to Joey Stone after the duel yesterday, he said that he felt that the bottom line really was not going to be much help. You were going to have to be on the outside or in the middle if you wanted to pass anywhere, and so far, that kind of seems to be the tale.
Absolutely. I mean, you got guys up top who could have formed that. As Kevin mentioned, you got Michael Frisch up there. He was one of the guys that we got to look out for in this race. Very good on super speedways. So it's really a tale of two races. You know, you got the guys at the front who are really going to want to battle it out, kind of race, and they don't like to wait around. Then you got the guys at the back of the field just looking to kind of chill back there. Blake McCandless is one of those guys. You see him way in the back right corner of your screen back there in the number 66 car. He's going to want to stay back there and just chill and avoid the wrecks. And then you got guys up here. There's Frisch. He kind of sees stuff happening, and he's going to go and join those guys back there. But it's looking pretty orderly right now. These guys know it's a long race, and who knows? We might actually see some clean racing. But right now, this is looking really good up front, side by side from first on back.
Got to remember, these are the same fuel tanks that we saw in the races last night and in the Fall Brawl a couple of weeks ago. So 75% fuel capacity in these things. They can only make it about 27 laps or so on fuel. So if they keep it clean, that's great, but that means we also are going to see the first pit stop of the day be a green flag stop. And I think that's a little scary for some of these guys, as here comes Drive-Thru leading that outside line now. 3 wide up high, got Travis and Frisch right behind him.
Yeah, Davin representing Traxion very well right now, currently in the 5th position out of turn 4. And I keep seeing it, as Sean and I just keep on talking about it, this second and third lane is going to 100% be the place to be, especially in turn 4. These guys had a lot of trouble keeping it on that yellow line, especially on the exit of turn 4. There's a bump where the tunnel comes underneath for civilians and fans and whatnot, and there's a huge jut. It just sends the car to the right. So we're going to see that all night long. And another thing we're probably going to see is a lot of competition. That high line and that middle lane is going to be the place to be as far as passing, but you want to give that guy behind you a little bit of air to cool down the radiator. So we're going to see a lot of jostling, and I think we're going to see a ton of lead changes as Davin dives to the bottom. He's going to cover all 3 lines in the 3.
So Davin's clear. He will officially take the lead. Oh, and around goes Briar. He got turned by Cozy. Gator goes around. Looks like we're going to keep it clean for the most part.
Wow.
Only 2-3 cars involved, and it all started when Briar got turned around by the 99 at Cozy. First caution of the core.
Well, fortunately, that could have been a lot worse for everybody involved in that, but a great save by Briar. And that's really what led to this thing not being a humongous pileup. We'll get a replay here in just a second, but fortunately it was on the banking. Kevin can attest to this too. I mean, if you get turned on the banking, it's a lot, I don't want to say easier to save, but you have a lot better probability of keeping that car straight. And give a call to Trey Normile for sure in that 85 Team Imposter Chevrolet there, is able to keep it straight, and the damage looks pretty minimal for the most part.
Here is the replay, and you'll see it. Cozy just gets a little too close. There might have been.
That looks like netcode.
Yeah.
Rears its ugly head at the most inopportune times.
I would say there was about an 18-inch or so gap between Briar, LaPrade, and Cozy. Cozy's pretty experienced in this car as far as minding the gaps. He knows what he's doing, and this will probably be the best shot we can get. He's off the rear end. That's brutal. And I think fortunately Briar kind of used frozen toes there, and Bethel on the inside kind of saved his car. Not a lot of damage on either of them. I think they'll be okay. They'll be able to hang on to their fast repair until the end of the race, but that could have been a lot worse, as you mentioned, Jake.
And it's fairly easy to see because it's easier to tell if it's netcode just by the amount of sheer force that car was sent around with. So if it's a slow spin, there is definitely contact, but if it's like a sharp jutting spin right there, that's netcode for sure. That's a tough break, but fortunately not a lot of damage, as you said, Kevin. We got some guys on pit road.
Yeah, we've got a good bit here on pit road. About half the field. Bethal is in. Cozy, Brian LaPrade, Trey Normile. Actually, more than half the field. We had 6 cars stay out. Cornelius Tiller, Travis Brown, Justin Champagne, Caleb Hoffman, and Blake McCandless. Everybody else brings it to pit road. David Shieldhouse taking just 6 seconds in the box. Everybody else going 4 tires, fuel, and maybe more. And nobody took their fast repair here. So everybody is just fixing the damage if they have anyway. Or if they have any. Otherwise, they're staying out on the racetrack.
What was the stage again? Because it kind of makes sense if, it's pretty close.
25. At the end of lap 25 is the end of the first stage, then the end of lap 50. So we're splitting it basically 25, 25, 50 to make up the 100 laps.
Gotcha. So I guess I can see why these guys would stay out here and get the fuel to make it to the end of the stage. Get good track position. Seems like if you can stay up front and you can run that middle lane, you can hang on to your track position for quite a while. You won't get shuffled out if it's 2 and 3 wide behind you. So this might be a good call for Travis. He fell back a pretty good amount after making contact with the wall in 1 and 2. He recovered pretty nicely because of the strategy call. So he'll be in 3rd, but we'll see how this plays out as far as maybe the next round of pit stops. So these guys have to be in the stall a little bit longer.
So first caution coming out at, I believe, lap number 6. So the question is now, if you're up at the front, you decided to stay out, you'll have enough fuel to make it to the end of stage 1. You'll obviously pit then at the caution at the stage break. The question is, for those of you that came down on this pit stop, are you going to try and stay out and risk it when we get that caution at lap 25? Or are you just going to have to come in anyway?
I mean, well, with this, it's definitely, you want to be there at the end for sure. And if you want to go ahead and come in and get some fuel, maybe go ahead and do that, maybe to get yourself to the back. But I think these guys are going to be more concerned about being there at the end of the race, because yeah, you can win a couple stages, that's fine, but no one comes in here to win stages. They come in to win the race. So if I would look for guys like I was talking about Blake McCandless earlier, David Shieldhouse is another one of those guys that you'll see just kind of hang around. So strategies will come into play in this, and whoever can execute the best will be absolutely in line for the dub tonight.
And you also have to keep in mind unlimited tire sets, so they could change tires every lap if they really wanted to. And tires, I think, are more of a worry at this version of the racetrack, just because it's bumpy. The more those tires wear, the less control you have of your race car. You hit a bump the wrong way, it's not going to be quite as easy to save on worn tires.
I think we saw that in the duels and in the preseason. Like I mentioned, turn 4, you can definitely get really tight off the corner. So newer tires, cooler tires, better handles, and I think we're going to see that play on, especially later in the race.
Green flag with 9 laps complete. Travis Brown going on the apron. Davin did not get a good restart. We're 3 wide for the lead heading to the corner. Remember, there is no yellow line rule.
4 wide.
That's Blake up top. 4 wide for the lead going to turn 1. I don't know how they made that work, but they did.
Just make me eat my words, why don't you, Blake? As he takes it 4 wide, and then Travis Brown takes it bottom to the below the apron. But that's what we could expect here. I mean, you got guys get a run on everybody, and they're not going to be patient most of the time. They're going to want to get by. So, but everyone's looking like it's sorting it out. Blake might have used that as an excuse to go to the back. But nonetheless, a great job by all these guys keeping everything straight. And Blake is in the wall now. But nonetheless, side by side for the first 4 rows through 3 and 4.
And Blake, you'll notice it's just an iRacing scheme. He didn't send in his paint. What a guy.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, there is a form. You were told before the race, hours before the race, do your homework, send in your stuff. Didn't do it.
I think with things going on next year, he's either going to be in Coke or something to do with iRacing, I'm sure. I think he's okay broadcasting and sporting.
Oh,
Cosmo's in the wall. Cozy's going to get into the back of him. He has nowhere to go. That's going to stack it up almost like the 2002 Aaron's 499. These guys are scattering all over the place down the backstretch underneath the yellow line. 4 wide again. Trey Normal backs out of it to try and hang on to this pack. And Cosman's going to go from second row all the way outside the top 15 with that impact in the turn 2 wall.
And what a job by everybody behind Cosman to avoid him and not plow right into him. We keep on going. Cosman goes from leading the outside line to 16th in a lap.
Oh boy, so I think everyone's catching their breath now with all of that. And for a while, even after that, we were still kind of 3x3 for the first 2 rows. They've calmed it down to just 2x2. But a lot of these guys, especially Cozy right there, give Cozy a lot of credit. Minding his P's and Q's, always on alert with stuff like that, able to get everything wound up. But we are back to a somewhat calmer 2x2 style of racing as you see Keenan and all them slaloming back there.
Justin and Cisco doing whatever that is.
We saw this yesterday with Briar LaPrade doing all that, so I mean, it's fun for now until one of them just self-spins on the backstretch and we got to laugh at them on the broadcast, and we will. Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of information.
That's a whole lot of information there by producer Zach Johnson, but yes, if you mess up, we have authorization to laugh relentlessly on the broadcast at you, so these guys know that.
I'm not even sure anybody could read what was on that graphic.
I need to look at it.
I definitely couldn't.
Age 25, Mount Prospect, Illinois, USA, North America, Earth, something, Milky Way, third dimension,
Solar
universe,
system.
multiverse, space.
Wow.
Yes.
Classic.
These guys are losing ground, by the way. They have officially lost. I believe they've lost the draft at this point. So that's kind of what they get. Well, no, they're kind of hanging on. They'll be all right. But one thing I want to mention, these guys are 3 wide again. You got, here comes Justin Champagne on that outside line, 3x3x3. These guys didn't learn a single lesson after what happened in turn 4 on lap 6. These guys have very short memories. 3 wide once again through 1 and 2. Frisch in the middle, getting pushed by Lul. Dylan Jacobs gets a little bit sideways. This track definitely heating up, and it seems like these guys are having a handful right now in these cars.
Certainly not easy as these guys wheel it down the back straightaway. These guys are packed together tight up front, but Champagne with a great push from Cozy. He's clear for the lead. There goes Frisch, gets turned by Cozy, and there goes Lowell. They're wrecking in the back. Schildhouse is around. It's the big one in turn 3. Caution's out.
Give a call to Eliza Bethal weaving her way through that. She got a little bit of damage on that, but that should be fixable. But that is Travis Brown torn up as well. Joey Stone, his front bumper is hanging off of his car. We'll get a replay on this, but that was a long evolving wreck for sure.
Stone has no front clip. It's laying over in the infield in turn 3. That started with contact after, it looks like it was contact between Frisch and Cozy that started that. We'll get a replay.
So let's see what happens here. So watch Cozy on the top side in that 99 car. I don't know, maybe the 06.
Did Jacob get into the side of Frisch there?
It looks like it. So because Frisch is not known for missing corners on super speedways.
It's so close. I mean, they definitely make contact, but I feel like Frisch came up a little bit, not knowing that Jacobs was hanging on his right rear. That is such a tight corner. Turn 3 really tightens up.
Let's see.
It's really treacherous.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely comes
100%.
down.
Wow. I mean, you got to be, I'm going to call out, you got to be aware at stuff like that. You cannot for 1 second let your situational awareness slip, especially when you're 3 wide like that. And that's just one of those cases where the 06 just wasn't aware of what was around him, and that's what caused that whole thing. It's unfortunate.
We're getting,
and of course,
sorry, Jake. We're getting a request from Blake McCandless to watch his cockpit.
Got a couple guys wanting it. Trey Normile said broadcast is on board, so I guess we haven't. If you have enough time, we'll put our producer Zach Johnson to work. A much more competent producer, by the way. Oh,
here we go.
I was just saying.
That might be one to look at as well. Bethel did a really good job getting through that. But this is Blake McCandless right behind the initial contact. You can really see that Jacobs came down quite a bit. And Blake just has nowhere to go, but he stops. And good for him to get through that. Sometimes you make that hard break right in front of the accident and someone plows you right from behind. So good job for him to not have to worry about making his fast repair now.
And Trey Normile wanted an onboard, so this is Eliza Bethal, I believe. So we'll see what she sees. She weaved her way through this. So watch up ahead, that top side on the right side of your screen. It's gonna start smoking here in a second. There's the wreck, and get to the back of Schildhouse. but still weaves her way through. They're dodging Frisch and kind of gets through it. Nearly hits those two, but David is probably not happy about that at all.
Now I understand why. Now I understand why David said, "What the hell was that?" about 5 seconds after the wreck.
Trey Normile is the last one we wanted to get a look on. So here's Caleb just gets bodied. That the QR code gets a little altered there, but I'm sure you can still use it. Oh man, narrowly avoided all that.
And of course, chat was so eager to point out NASCAR 21 ignition crashed.
Oh my god!
Because Joey crashed and he's driving a 21 ignition.
Won't be the first time.
Really funny, guys. Haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, I know. So, out of those that took their fast repair, it's a party of 3. Bethel took hers. Cozy, Dylan Jacobs, and I can't count, there's 4. David Schildhouse took his.
That kind of surprises me though, Kevin, because we know with these cars that you might have a lot of damage, but you can fix these 100%. You'll be just fine. So I'm kind of surprised by the call from Bethel to not just fix her damage because it's still really early.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that you can make a car a winning race car by fixing damage. I'd say if you have maybe 3 minutes or so of optional, you can hang on to the pack, maybe, compete for a top 10. So you can hang on. I would have tried to fix the car, if it was, 5-6 minutes of damage, maybe come back in and take your fast repair. But I would definitely give it a first look and just make sure, hey, is this thing fixable? Because we got a long way to go. There's going to be 84 laps to go, 83 coming to the line. So, I mean, there's a long way to go. And with this field being so small, you can kind of chill in the back, as we've seen some of these guys, Scaramuza and the Lillo, come to mind. You can kind of just wait in the weeds until it's crunch time again if you're worried about, damaging the car again. You can definitely make it work.
Hey, producer Zach Johnson, can you do me a favor and put the ticker away for a second? Okay, yeah, yours works. Thank you very much. I just wanted to see that. I just want to see what it looks like. Thank you.
Wow.
You could bring it back now.
Sour grapes from yesterday.
Thank you. And now he's laughing in the background. He's just set me up for failure yesterday. He knows what he did.
All right, so we're getting ready for the restart here. We're going to have the restart inside 10 to go in stage 1. So this is going to increase the chaos up at the front, I guess. It'll be Harry Tiller and Justin Champagne leading us down. Green flag.
And from a couple drivers, there might be some penalties being dished out. From pit road, Travis Brown had his flags cleared, so he's all clear. Ian Plash going to the back. He's going to maybe stay away from the stage for now. But I think we're going to see things, like you said, turn up a little bit of a wick here with 8 laps to go.
We're going off turn 2. Half the field goes onto the apron. Some to pass, others to fall back. But this top 8 or 9 going to hang tough here as Rusty joins the party on the bottom.
Rusty has been up here the whole night, so he's going to try his hand up here in that number 59 down there. So Harry Tiller firmly in control of this thing. He might look to try to work both the lanes here. He's going to stick to the bottom right in front of Davin Cornelius, but Justin Champagne with a big push from Trey Normile up in that middle lane, going to pull alongside Tiller, but Tiller's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, we'll see how well this works. We know the bottom side struggles speed-wise, and the top side's where you want to be. Champagne, with the help from Normile, they rocket off turn 2.
Still side by side. It seems like that third car is where you generate your momentum. Right now, that second lane seems to have a little bit of an advantage down the backstretch. Champagne edges out. And then turn 3, here comes Tiller back on that inside line. It is a shorter way around here, but that second lane kind of gets that draft wake on the outside, and they get this huge run back on the straightaway. So we're going to see this back and forth affair all night long, and it's going to be just a matter of what lane you're in at the end of the night. Right now, that middle lane is the place to be.
It's a tale of 2 races here. I mean, just to see these guys up front just jockeying for position up here. And then I look at my Twitter notifications and I see Michael Frisch liked one of my tweets just now, and he's all the way sitting there in 11th. So, I mean, some guys are taking this a lot more seriously than others, but I guess we see where some of these guys' mindsets are.
Don't text and drive, kids. That's the lesson.
Nope.
we have now two separate packs. There's the lead pack here that ends with Keenan Kusan, and then way back there, Travis Brown, Briar LaPrat and crew. That's 17th on back. Then you've got Joey Stone, 5 seconds behind them, 6 seconds behind them, and then Lua Lasnaka, who's 8.5 seconds back. That thing is tore up.
This is a damaged mess of a pack. Travis Brown leading this second pack at 179, 180 miles an hour. And I think a couple of these guys, Briar LaPrat got stuck in this. You got Carlos Borges. Both those guys seem to be pretty clean as we're once again 3 wide up front. These guys have not learned a single lesson. Here comes McCandless on the outside line. Going to be 4 laps to go. Sorry, 3 laps to go next time by. No, it is 4 laps to go. But it seems like right now, Normile still showing a lot of speed. Justin Champagne, the guys to beat so far.
All right, we're going to have a problem. These two traction cars.
Yep.
They're identical. Yep.
It was fine when Justin was in the back because he was the tail end of the pack with the traction car. Davin was up front in the traction car. It was really easy to track, and now Justin thinks he's going to be slowing in the way up front.
And the only thing that's different are the color of the numbers. If you're looking at it straight on, you have no idea which car you're looking at.
Well, you got to assume if it's closest to you, it's not Justin.
Okay.
Sorry. Justin would probably agree with me, though. I think Justin might have heard me. He's trying to make some moves now on the bottom lane down there. Only 2 cars on the top lane. It's Blake McCandless and Cosmin Yoneshu on the top there. There's Justin. So we have our driver cams. Now look at the focus on Justin's face. He knows he's had some experience winning a stage here in the preseason. He won one of the stages, making an amazing 3-wide move around everybody with help from some guy who doesn't know what he's doing. But down the back straightaway, everybody still chasing Justin Champagne. But how about Trey Normile making a move to the lead? He lunges out front with a push from Bethel.
Oh my God, Frisch. You can't see it because we're on board with Justin. But Frisch was bobbing and weaving and bobbing down the back straightaway as we're coming to 2 to go in the stage.
Oh, Cornelius looking to go 4 wide underneath Bethel. That was not going to work. Thought better and backed off for the moment. Going to be 2 laps to go at the stage. Still in the inside. Champagne dominating this race on the inside so far. Him and Normile just trading lap after lap. McCandless and Yoneshu on that 3rd lane. You can make it work with only 2 or 3 guys. We saw it in the duel. We saw it in the preseason events. It's definitely possible. You just got to have that really good momentum and maybe side draft the guy next to you, as Justin Melillo will back off for now.
Lap car, here comes Lowell. He gets it on the apron. We're good. Coming to the last lap in stage 1. You got Champagne down low, Normile in the middle. McCandless up high. 1 lap to go in stage 1. Who's going to get it done?
3x3 from pretty much the 2nd row on back. Kevin I keep on trying to say Kevin. I don't know why I can't tell them apart, but it's Justin Champagne still sitting there on the bottom in the 65 or 85 right there in the middle of Trey Normile. McCandless trying to make some headway on the top there with a push from Cosmin Yoneshu. Here comes Michael Cozy Jr. joining the top side. This is about to get hairy, boys. 3x3 from 2nd on back.
Oh, Harry almost hits the back of Champagne. That got tight.
4 wide. 4 wide for the lead. This isn't going to work.
This is a stage, guys.
Yes.
It's a stage.
Cosmin in the wall.
Oh, my God.
Good, leaning
so
on each
tight.
other.
Cosmin just back out.
Green coming to the stage. Harry down low. Normile in the middle. Normile's going to win stage 1 at Daytona. Wow.
It's 5 points. It's 5 points. What are you guys doing? Oh, my goodness.
Cosmin and Eliza Bethal were the 2 that crashed in turn 4. And they pretty much came together parked in the middle of the racetrack, and it's all because they got 4 wide. And Champagne, I think, maybe just drifted a little too high. But nonetheless, Trey Normile, he won this race a year ago. He started on pole tonight. He is your stage 1 winner in the Daytona 250.
And the first thing I thought about is that Bethel used her fast repair already, so that she's going to have to ride with this damage the rest of the race. And I'm just watching this go back, and, you know, someone has to just lift there. Why are you guys trying to make this work? it's not worth it, especially if you're fifth, sixth position. It's like, what's 1 point? It's 1 point, and there's a long way to go. It's a long season, and now you're going to risk maybe 1 or 2 points for a good finish here at the end of the race. That's just, I don't know about that.
I don't really agree with that at all. You heard me yelling it. Like, you're 4 wide for a stage. It's not. It doesn't score more than winning the race. So I would think Bethel can get her damage fixed, but might not be bad. Cosman probably got the worst of that though, as he's going to get both ends of that front of the car just pushed way in. But nonetheless, I'm in agreement with Kevin. That's a lot of these guys not using their heads up front. We want to race for the win, not a stage win.
All right.
Ugh.
As you see a couple more replays, that's Cosman getting sandwiched into the wall. Cosman has not used his fast repair. He still has not. Actually, he's coming to pit road right now. So everybody on pit road now. For some, it's the first time. For others, it's the second or third time. Cosman. Oh, okay. Dylan Jacobs stays out. He's pitted once already, so he's on older tires by about 11 laps. Trey Normile wins the race off pit road. Trey Normile, your race winner. Your race winner. I'm getting ahead of myself. Your
good win, Trey.
Winner.
This concludes our broadcast.
Yep. He is around, so let's bring up stage 1 winner, Trey Normile. So you won this race last year. You sit on pole. You really like this track, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're on a pretty good streak. 3 first places in a row, you could say.
So how about that move there, up the middle? You kind of had things fall your way there in 3 and 4 when Champagne got shuffled out of the deck, but you're going for it all. You're not pulling any punches up there.
Yeah, once Tiller went inside of Champagne, I thought it really didn't look all too good for me, but I think the outside kind of stalled out, Tiller stalled out, and somehow got the stage win.
What's the focus for the rest of the night now? Win stage 2, win the race, just focus on the end of the race, keep the nose clean. What's the goal?
Yeah, that'd be great. I might stay up front, and if I get in a wreck, use my fast repair, hang out back, and come back towards the front like I did last year.
Best of luck the rest of the way. Potentially we'll talk to you later on. Congratulations on the stage. Trey Normile, your stage 1 winner here at Daytona. We have 1 lap to green, and I've been told that Cosman is not a happy camper. Let's see if we can talk to the driver of the 84 who just got collected in that last crash. What happened?
I have no idea. All I heard is somebody decided to go 4 wide right before the corner entry, and everybody scattered, and I got dragged across the wall for like, I don't know, 100 meters. What was that?
Certainly a...
Oh no, I'm out. That's 16 minutes of required.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, the meatball disappeared and there was nothing there. Like, I just thought that I could just take some damage repair. That's 16 minutes. Alright, well. It's fun. Gotta take an aspirin now.
Oh, that's such a heartbreak.
How are you guys doing?
Well, we're good. I wish you were doing good, though, because you were running up front. That's a really great paint scheme.
Thank you. Yeah, just, wish people had their brains on their heads every now and then.
Oof.
So the focus now
that.
shifts to Iowa next week?
Then the rest of the season, I guess, yeah. So I don't know if we can make up 16 minutes of not racing.
Well, Ben's awfully generous as we hit the green flag in stage 2.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll see you out there here at Cosman, and if not, we'll see you next week.
Well, if you see me out there, somebody's going blowing over the stands. So.
Boy. We got beef already.
Yep. So that's Cosman. That's heartbreaking for him. Meanwhile, stage 2 is underway, and we're right back to 3 wide. Go figure.
Davin Cornelius just trying to make the move work all by himself on that top side. Rusty's coming with him as we look just outside the driver's window net of Davin. Looking down at Harry Tiller. He got Trey Normile, stage 1 winner, working that middle, and Harry just jumps up to the top lane. Like I said, Harry will make some moves. He almost hooks everybody right there. Normile's going to be stuck in the middle, but Harry Tiller back to the front. He's being very aggressive this race, and it's worked out so far.
Last year here, oh man, Davin almost lost it. I don't know if he got loose or if there was code that he saved it, but I mean, oh my.
Oh, here comes Travis Brown with a massive run. He's in the dirt. He has a huge run. They're going to be 4 wide again through 3. Guys, this is not one
backed out.
Travis is going to back out, and that's going to hurt him tremendously. Stuck on that A.
Might lose the draft.
120 miles an hour. That was a very short-term reward and very long-term loss. He is going to lose the draft by a ton.
It's all right. You think they're not going to wreck here before the end of the stage? 20 to go in stage 2? You think we're going to go green for 20 laps? Come on.
His teammate is the one that's probably going to end up causing this yellow. He has been so aggressive in that tiller machine.
My goodness, that was scary. Here's Rusty, second on the outside line, pushing Davin. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Joey Stone up the middle, trying to help Tiller.
You look at Joey trying to avenge the last race. He's had a little bit of a bad run here so far, and he had some bad luck last night in his race, but he's looking to redeem himself. 3 by 3 for the first 2 rows. Harry Tiller in the middle gets a great push from Joey, so he's going to probably have the momentum off the corner. Like I said, Harry, no stranger to being up front in these things. He leaves the middle kind of open for Joey to go through, but Joey's going to be patient there. Harry's going to come by and lead another lap.
That 69 car is strong. There's no doubt. Joey turns him into Davin. Everybody goes to the grass. More trouble.
A Porsche is in the wall hard. Oh,
yep,
man.
that's Fiasco who lost it and got it up into the fence. A 3-4 car crash. Caution is out for the 3rd time, and it's wrecking for the lead. Caution number 4, actually. I can do math.
I just realized we're barely a quarter through this race. We've had this many wrecks.
I think it's a combination. You get one, you get the opportunity. Now we're pacing. Thanks, Zach. I think it's a combination of, you get a fast repair, so you kind of get a mulligan. And another thing, these bumpers just do not line up. So if there's any contact, you get what you get.
Yeah, what happened? Like, why were they turning right there?
Yeah, I don't know. Borges just got run over by Keplinger. I don't know if that was contact between the 5 and the 69.
It looks like Joey is trying to go to a 3rd lane, like a 2nd middle lane. He goes right up against Davin.
Watch the car in the middle right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like Harry tries to cover it for. I mean, I don't know why even Joey is pinching like that. I don't know where he's trying to go, but it's just so early. These guys are doing these kind of moves, and we're going to be out of cars by halfway.
All right, so I think, Jake, I'm going to throw it to you. We're going to bring Joe up here, and we'll see what his point of view is. So let's go ahead and get a word with the number 5 machine here.
Yeah, just saw him post something in the YouTube chat and say it's all on me. Joey Stone, take us through the 4th caution of the night from your eyes.
Yeah, it was just tight racing there. I was trying to feather the throttle a little bit, was trying to judge whether to give Harry just a little tiny tap. I mean, you can tap these cars. You can't just full-on bump draft them, though. And that was just all on me. I got into Harry, and that's what started the wreck. So I take 100% of the responsibility of that wreck. Just unfortunate, but that's hard racing here.
Not the first wreck you've been collected in so far. Got involved in that first one. What's the mindset here? You have not... where the hell are you? You have not used your fast repair yet, so you're still keeping that in your back pocket. Is the goal still to be aggressive the rest of the way? You're going to take it easy till we get past halfway? What's the mindset?
Man, it's tough to say. It goes back and forth. Part of me wants to get some stage points, obviously, for the longevity of the season. It goes a long way. But at the same time, I mean, the aggression's been pretty high. Now, I know I'm the console guy that just caused a wreck, but there's been some other wrecks that have happened tonight. But it's definitely aggressive, but you want to get those points too. So Currently, me and my spotter, we're talking about it back and forth of what we want to do here, but we're sitting P2 right now. We'll see what happens here. If I get wrecked later, then it was meant to be. I mean, it happens for a reason, so we'll see what happens here.
Well, best of luck the rest of the night, and hopefully we're not talking to you in this fashion anymore throughout the night. Best of luck.
Thank you, man.
Joey Stone, the driver of the number 5, collected in that. Why don't we talk to one more driver here, and we'll kind of make this a 2-in-1 deal, considering he's sponsored by the 77. I mean, we can also talk to Harry. We could talk to both of them at the same time if that's what we want to do, since we brought both of them up at the same time. Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk to the 77. Let's talk to the 69. Gentlemen,
Nice.
you got involved in that. What happened?
I don't know. I was topside cooking and they came up into me.
Well, I was just in the lane under you, and then I just felt like I got a shot in the arse, and oh my god, what's going on here?
Caleb Hoffman is crashing in turn 3.
What? Caleb's in the grass. What the heck?
I'm sorry, Harry.
TV time. Oh, he just wrecked it.
Did he just take his
rolled into
fast
the
repair?
wall.
And
Yeah, he's used his
Caleb.
fast repair. He just
You
crashed
okay there,
into the
buddy?
caution.
Caleb. That's incredible.
He was watching the broadcast. There
the rest
it is.
goes around.
All right,
We
we
too good of a show. Everyone wants to come in and watch.
we don't condone self-spitting and, you know, putting it on the broadcast for everyone to see. So we're gonna put a stop to this and show some actual good stuff. Harry, I'm sorry. Continue on with your thought. We apologize.
I just got a shot in the ass and sent me up into Derwin. I apologise. I don't think it was my fault, but shit happens. Oh, can I swear?
Joey did
Not.
claim it, so
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
It looked weird.
Yeah.
Like you both kind of came up and then he hit you.
I think he was expecting me to drop to the bottom, and I stayed in the middle, and then he just came up and booped me into you.
He booped you?
Yeah.
I hate
Just
it
a
when we
little
get
bit of a rear end play. We don't mind a bit of that.
I hate it when we get booped in these
Yeah.
cars. All right, so one last thing for both of you guys. How bad is the damage on your respective vehicles? And are you going to keep on up here or play it safe the rest of the way?
Hey, I'm going to the front.
I'll be all right.
Simple
I'm
as.
saving my fast repair. We can probably fix this thing eventually.
All right, we're going back racing, boys. Best of luck and stop crashing, please.
I'll try.
There you have it. All righty. We'll get the restart here. 15 to go in stage number. Where?
trying to wreck on the pace lap.
Sean just got dragged. Okay, cool. All right.
What?
You got dragged down. Nonetheless, green flag. 15 to go.
We maintain some order this time, boys.
Now, the only one that I've seen that's been up here and has not been involved in any big wreck is Blake McCandless in that 66. Yes, this is an attempt to try to force him into a wreck, but nonetheless, hopefully it stays clean for these guys. And I was serious when I said, please stop crashing. I like to see some racing for once, not pacing.
Comes Harry again.
I pacing.
There goes Blake with a big push from Cozy up in that top lane. Those two guys, and there's Harry as well, as Kevin said. Those three can make up some ground, and they just leave Harry on the top side. They don't trust him, I guess. Cozy goes back up there to the top 3x3 so far. Cozy, it's a bump. No help in the middle.
Oh, there's the outside again.
Oh. A lot of grunting in the booth as we see the moves being made. As 3x3 for the lead, give that lap to Cozy.
And he's going to try and keep storming up that outside line. You got Blake in the middle. You got Dylan Jacobs running the apron practically through 1 and 2. As now the inside line just starting to fall back.
Look at that run the top side gets. Kevin Frisch has joined it up there as well. So we got some heavy hitters up there. And with those three guys, they can for sure make up some ground on that top side.
Yeah, you can get about 8 to 10 mile an hour run. Rusty Walrus at the end of the backstretch there, 195 miles an hour. Leader was around 186. Rusty's watching the broadcast again. He's in the outside wall.
We're good.
He's going to fall back. Here comes the rest of the field. Oh, Cornelius, or was that Justin? I can't tell.
Justin.
It was Justin
That's
almost took his took his tail off with Justin Champagne right behind him. They're 3 wide again. These guys haven't learned a single thing. Here comes the inside line with the momentum. Here comes Cozy in the middle.
I feel like with these cars, it's impossible to run single file. I really do. It hurts to run single file with these race cars.
It's not as fun.
There's also that. That is
Not
true.
as fun. So here we go again. It seems like we say this every lap, but that top side gets a big run and they just kind of stall out in the corners. They're not pinching hot or hard enough up there. Frisch is going to leave Harry all by himself up there, so he'll go back to the middle. Harry's going to start dropping like a rock here, and that is, let's see, which traction car is that? That is Justin Malillo in the middle in that 53 car. So the groove has gone from the very top to the middle. I haven't really seen a lot of the guys willingly run the bottom in the corners, as the only one down there is Blake McCandless, so we'll see if he can make that work. But most of these guys, Jake, are trying to hold that middle line, as we talked about at the top of the show.
Yeah, they're all just following Michael Cozy Jr., but here comes Tiller now. He peeks to the outside. He's going to try and make something happen on board with the 69.
Harry Tiller seemingly by himself. I think people have learned, maybe get away from that 69 for a little bit, maybe keep the car a little bit clean, as they're going to send him to about 9th or 10th position. Champagne fakes high, says, no, we're not going to go work with you. McCandless is going to go all the way to the apron, almost into the pits. He's going to be stuck on the inside line in the tri-oval. He's going to fall back and say, oh, maybe I don't care about stage points either. And that's going to shuffle the pack. Here comes Travis Brown and Harry Tiller in the Moon Sport cars. They're going to make this high line fast.
They're trying at least. As Cozy leads the way in that
Just is
line.
all over the place in the middle there. Oh, man. See, I guess we can tell which traction car it is, because Justin just weaves everywhere, and then Davin's more straight, holds it a steady line. So that's a good way we can tell. So if it's making errant moves, it's Justin, 100%.
10 to go, stage 2. Travis up high, Cozy in the middle, Normile, the stage 1 winner, down low.
The pack starting to get a little bit smaller. Justin Malillo once again shimmying his way into turn 1. He's going to fall back just a little bit. That outside line, that third lane starting to fall back as well. Travis Brown almost threw out an anchor there and allowed Michael Frisch and Michael Cozy to get in front of him. He's going to go back to the middle line as well as Harry Tiller. So now we're back to a very calming side-by-side battle for the lead in turn 3.
A calming side-by-side battle.
Better than 3.
A soothing side-by-side battle.
Tranquil side-by-side battle. Never mind.
Are you sure about that?
Good on board there by Zach. So Travis, he's been one of the couple of guys up front that has not been afraid to jump up to the top there, as we see another window net cam view. Look at that. How's that camera rotating and not affecting the aerodynamic properties of that car? We don't know. But I guess it's not one of those benefits to have that camera. But they should have a big run down the back here as the middle groove. Look at this middle groove. Cozy, Frisch, McCandless, those 3 guys. Going to be hard to pass them, as looks like Travis, with help from Harry, side by side into 3.
Those guys get so close to the wall.
Really took the camera
almost.
off.
Yeah.
Better than the one that goes into the safer barrier.
Oh, Harry, speaking of in the safer barrier, just hit it.
And they still got to run.
GGI Racing Physics.
That was the finish. Cozy would have had it by 1,000th of a second.
Oof.
Here comes Normile back on that inside line. Like we've seen pretty much all night, seems like the inside line may have the numbers, but it's not very organized down there. It seems like people will use it to catch this pack as small as it is right now, and then maybe move to the middle or the top side. But there's only 6 or 7 guys right now in this lead pack as far as jumbled together. They're all over each other. Now, once again, Travis is loose. Harry almost another culprit of another wreck. What a save by Brown.
And that's a teammate there. Remember, they wrecked last night in their duel.
Sure did.
So now is it a more peaceful side-by-side here? Are we going to ride it out until the end here of the stage, or are we going to just keep on making that top side work? I noticed The top side, they can make it work, but as soon as they get to the front row, it just kind of dies out. Travis is going to try it again. Let's see if Champagne goes with him, and he will. So let's see how much room these guys can make up as McCandless goes to the middle, Harry goes to the middle. So Brown is really running that top side against the wall on entry, and to make it work, you really have to try to pinch that middle line down as much as you can. Frisch goes up there and really loses a spot in the middle.
Got to worry about a Snaka here.
Yeah, Lowell went to the high side in 3 and 4 and said, I'll go high, you guys go by on the inside. He got told, get your rear to the apron. That's where he goes, and he's kind of there. Now he's there as the field goes flying by. Almost takes out Rusty as he comes back up on the track.
Oh, boy.
That's your worst fear when you're letting someone by, is somehow not slowing down enough and taking out a leader. That was so close. And once again, these guys jostling, moving all over the place at the front. Blake McCandless goes to that third lane. He saw that maybe Brown and Tiller could have made it work. They had one more guy, Travis Brown, in the fence one more time. Seems like he has gone through 4 or 5 cars in this Speed Weeks. He is going through all that Twitch sub money. He is losing everything. But he's going to fall back. But right now, that inside line doing a pretty good job. Oh no, Joey Brown gets hit by Harry Tiller. What a save! Hit the cone. Josh Mendoza not going to like that. Oh man, it's all over the place.
They're doing a great job. Look at that, fantastic job. So a bit of an update here from our interview with Cosmin. If you remember, he said someone was going to go flying into the air when he gets back out on the track. Well, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
So
hits the wall and around goes Breyer. Back straightaway, Breyer slides it through the grass. Keeps it out of the wall. We stay green because it's in the back of the field and he's off the apron. Rusty bounced it off the wall off turn 2, came down, hit Breyer. That sent Breyer across the nose of somebody else, and he went spinning down through the grass.
Dylan Jacobs gets some damage out of that too.
Here comes Travis, 4 wide, coming to 4 to go. He's going to go all the way for the lead.
Oh my God, is this going to work? He's going to go all the way to second. Cozy all over the place. French is loose. What is going on out here?
Everything is happening at the same time right now. So Travis didn't back out of it. Maybe use that move on the backstretch to see how far he can get. Didn't back out of this one. Makes himself into the lead on that bottom line, but he's got help from Cozy. We know Cozy's going to try to help him as much as he can, but Frisch in that middle lane with help from Tiller. This is very impressive from these guys up here, especially Travis. That was a heck of a move, and he made it work.
Coming to 3 to go in stage 2. This has gotten wicked out here.
You sure it's stage 2? It's not the finish of the race?
For some of them, it might be the finish of the race, but not for everybody. Frisch leads, 3 to go.
That might have been, and I dared steal a line from Travis Brown, the meatiest of moves I've seen all night long from that 0-1. That was not only impressive, that was terrifying. I can't imagine seeing that in my rearview mirror and then him being underneath me. Going for second, essentially, with 4 laps to go in the stage. But things, once again, at this point, 3 wide is almost calm. These guys are making it 4 wide way too routinely for it to not be. Here goes McCandless by himself on the top.
Through 3 and 4, coming to 2 to go on the stage. Frisch up high, Travis down low. We're going to keep on rolling. We've got 11, 12 cars. Make it 11 in this lead pack. Everybody else lurking behind, waiting for a crash. If they crash now, this will be the stage.
It's an 11-horse pony show at the dog races as there goes McCandless up to the top side. He's finally got some help courtesy of Justin Champagne in that 23. Another guy, there's Borges back up there. He got his fast repair. If you remember, he was unfortunately taken out at the end of that first caution that we had. So we're on board right now, right smack in the middle of this pack with Harry Tiller. And not a whole lot of places to go if you're in Harry's position, so you just got to hope they don't wreck around you. McCandless pinching first in 3 and 4. Cosmin is around.
He's right.
Oh, man. There's Cosmin.
There's Cosmin on the apron. And I think they're going to catch Caleb Hoffman as well, and they will. White flag in stage 2. Let's see who can do it. Frisch leads at the line. Travis washes up, almost hits McCandless. McCandless with a run up high. Hoffman's going to go to the apron, and he will keep it down there. We keep racing on through 1.
Whoa! Happening so fast. McCandless is around. Champagne is in the fence. Bethel once again gets contact in the front. Caution not out yet. These guys are going to be racing to stage 2 down the back.
Here comes Frisch. He blocks Harry. It's these four, the Moon Car guys, racing for the win in stage 2. You've got Cozy pushing Harry. You've got Travis pushing Frisch. Don't forget about Normile back there as well. Here they come off turn 4.
They're gonna go
Cozy
forward.
goes high. Where does Normile go? He's going to go up the middle. He's going to try and give Harry a shove. Frisch on the apron. He wins stage 2.
Wow.
I thought they were gonna go 4 wide again.
That is, there's lots to unpack in this last lap, but oh man. Blake McCandless, the big loser out of all this, goes from leading the top side, and dare I say, guys, we might have had another netcode incident that caused this thing.
Looks
Again?
Again.
I gotta look at it closer. Travis does come up a little bit off of turn 1. Maybe got spooked a little bit by the lap car and Caleb Hoffman. They were passing him as soon as the wreck ensued, and that's tight. That's so close. You might be right here.
I think so, because it's okay, Zach. You're doing your best. So
Oh yeah, that's 100% netcode. That's netcode twice.
that's our second netcode incident.
Travis gets into the side of Harry via netcode. Harry gets pushed up about 2 or 3 feet, and I thought he was going to hit Justin, but it actually ended up throwing him into Blake, and Blake was the biggest victim in all of that.
So watch the car on the top side, that 66 car. Harry's in the middle right here, so they go into the corner. Blake kind of pinches down. The bottom lane washes up, and
There was
There's about
no contact in all of that.
it's about a foot between those cars, and it goes around. That's tough. It's a very tough break.
Yeah. Something happened with Cisco, apparently.
That is verbatim what producer Zach Johnson just said.
Well, yeah, since the viewers can't hear him, I have to repeat it. What the heck did he do? Team Rick?
Did he?
Oh. Okay, Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson reporting fake news. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
No, I'm blaming you.
All right, so I guess now that we've seen all the carnage unfold, we can get a quick word with our winner of the stage here, Jake. I'll bring Michael Frisch up here.
Yeah. Of course, we talked with him a lot in Duel 1. Frisch, stage winner. How about it?
How about it, baby? Got some stage points. Start of the season. That's some good stuff right there. Now let's go win the race.
What's the plan here for this last stage? Ride around, let the carnage happen, or...
Well, I'm hoping we get some green flag pit stops so we can maybe spread out the field a little bit. But I don't know. These guys want to go 3 wide every other lap and make some ballsy moves. So, you know, who knows? I don't know. This has been some wicked racing. I know that.
Best of luck in stage 3. And we'll see what happens. We'll talk to you at the end of this deal, potentially.
Thank you.
Don't crash.
I won't, Sean. I'm going to win this for you.
Thank you.
It's adorable.
Just an update on Cosman, by the way. He is only 17 laps down.
It's about a lap per minute of damage he had, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
Is there a similar format? They kind of let them get as many laps back as they can here. Is it kind of
I think the
freeform?
only way it's going to happen is by letting him fly around the racetrack under these cautions and
Yeah.
like in Moon Car. Keep the high side clear for lappers.
Of course. Did Ben just say single file? Oh, no, he said single file on the bottom. Okay. I thought Ben said single file restarts. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
I think he does this because if you come in on the second round, it does give you a black flag, but if he changes it to 3 laps to go till green, it doesn't penalize him, so he lets people know, hey, we're going green this time, but keep it single file for guys like Cosman who are desperately trying to get their laps back. Interesting. Shout out to Ben Easterday. He's a busy man. He does Moon Car admin. He comes here and deals with all these characters. Has to corral everybody.
Adminning the entire 24 hours of the Moonhead Martinsville 24.
Oh, I hope he gets some help.
If he is, whatever he gets paid isn't enough.
That might be true. I thought we said we were getting 1 to green this time. but like this time on the back straightaway, but
There they go.
we're in turn 3.
All right, we're in 1 to go now. Cosmo was just getting the wave around, so they're going to start doubling up. So
Naka and Kaufman's still in the pits. So it looks like they are going to fall out of the draft.
Well, but they're still on the lead lap for now at least, and they've got time to go. So I guess that's not the complete end of the world, but
A lot of caution so far. I think that's something they can bank on.
all right, boys, here we go.
green flag, last stage, underway from Daytona.
You guys want to play a game of guess who's been on pit road the most?
I'm going to guess.
Who set Justin who?
Oh, they're not getting played back. Michael Bush is in it. Oh, someone almost goes upside down with Caleb Hopkins. Oh, my God.
What happened? I just looked up and saw Frisco hard into the outside wall. Head on.
Broadcaster's curse strikes Michael Frisch. We talked to Frisch on the break, and literally from Sean
Gary.
Butler, don't crash, and then he gets turned.
Gary
by the whole
Owen
field.
gets turned by Dylan Jacobs going into turn 1. Watch the 06 right here, the car in the top lane, right about in the middle. Gets right in the back of the purple spoiler, sends him down, and Frisch hard into the outside wall, right in front of McCandless. Is that up there? That's a hard hit. Again?
Cisco might have missed
Ignore
the
this
shift.
Cisco call until I see it.
It looks like he might have missed a shift. You can see the exhaust fire, and he was just not going, and that stacks up the entire second line, and that's going to possibly take out a few guys. These guys are going to definitely have to use their fast repair if they have it. These guys are not happy.
Caleb already used his, and he was just an innocent bystander. He was just on the apron getting up to speed, and he got run over.
He almost got flipped forward. He almost did a front flip.
Wait, was it Cisco? That kind of slowed up?
Yeah, Cisco looked like he might have missed a shift. You can see the exhaust fire if you have a straight shot towards his car. You can see it, and it just does not go anywhere, and that causes a huge stack up in the second lane.
Watch the Pontiac up there on the top side, the iRacing car. Look at the gap right there. It is, and it kind of slows up. There's another one, and everyone has to check up, and there's no way they can all check up in time. Well, Cisco's in the waiting room. We'll get a word from him, Jake. We'll send you over to Cisco.
Cisco Scaramuza, what happened?
My clutch literally broke.
No kidding.
There it is.
What?
Shift. I literally went to shift, and I got into third, and I went to go to fourth, and I slammed my foot down, and it went ka-chunk. I heard something hit the back of the wall, and next thing I know, I couldn't get out of third, or out of the clutch there.
So is it like are you saying your pedals broke? Like the pedals just broken?
The physical pedal literally just did that to me. I don't know what happened. So I just had to yank. I'm on auto clutch now. But yeah, the pedal is literally fallen over on the side. So it's literally toast.
That is, we thought you missed a shift because we saw the backfire coming out of your exhaust. I mean, you're on auto clutch now. You're going to be at a slight disadvantage on restarts, but fortunately, iRacing does have the auto clutch feature as a backup for you, so I guess you can use that. You ended up using a fast repair there?
Yeah, we were trying to save. We were riding in the back. I mean, you guys saw we were just trying to stay out of it the whole time. And yeah, we were just riding. Everything was going fine. I had no indication whatsoever that was going to happen. It'd been a little bit squeaky, but that's been this pedal set the entire time I've had it. So I had no expectation that something was going to go catastrophically wrong. So just sucks. But hey, actual equipment failure. Welcome to sim racing, right?
Yeah, there you go. It's just there are mechanical failures in sim racing, believe it or not. Classic case in point. But so how does this change your strategy for the rest of this race? You're going to be kind of just hanging out in the back now that you use the fast repair, or are you just going to try to stay ahead of the wreck?
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a lap back here if I can. Can I get a lap quick, Ben? Yeah, so I just have to get back on the lead lap here. Honestly, I'm just going to pray to God there's another caution because I'm going to need it right now.
Yeah, you can go.
Yep. I was waiting for the wave. There it is. All right. Rolling here. So,
all right,
yeah,
Cisco.
we're gonna try and piece together what's left. That was not how I expected that to go, let me tell you.
Definitely not. We're glad you had that fast repair in your back pocket, man. So go out there and get him. And I said this to Frisch. I'm going to say it to you. Stay safe out there.
Will do, guys. Will do. I don't know if you guys can see me, but hey.
We saw you. Zach took you off the screen right as you were acknowledging. Okay, you're back on if you want to do something.
All right.
There we go.
Say hi, guys. Yeah, we got that working. But yeah, I'll have to show Zach the pieces of the clutch that I think just hit the back wall earlier.
We got to check in. All right, thank you, Cisco. Go get him out there, man.
All righty.
I haven't heard like of a pedal just. I mean,
is that a core first?
It's happened on the service. I mean, remember that happened to Max Verstappen during a race, and that happened to who else?
Remember
did that
Jimmy Mullis's wheel just seemingly died during the slide job 300 earlier.
Yeah, Jimmy Mullis had a wheel break. Landon Huffman had his clutch disintegrate on stream before, so it's not uncommon if you're new to sim racing. Mechanical failures are a thing, just like in real life.
So we're gonna get a restart. I don't know where to go from that. Yes, they happen.
Just sounds like Jake is just fed up.
Reminds me of when Mike Joy was talking about Cody Ware for the 40th time.
Oh, it's Cody Ware. Restart. 43 to go. Green flag.
Harry Tiller gets the lead here across the line. Look at Trey Normile though. Rusty Waller's trying to make a little bit of a lane for himself in the middle there. As there you see David Schilthaus back in this pack. Haven't mentioned him. He's up on the very top. He's going to try to shift back here. But Jake, these guys haven't learned their lesson at all. We anticipate more wrecks happening, and they can only get more violent as the race goes on.
I mentioned it. It might have been last night that I watched Cozy tumble down the back straightaway here last year. Anything can happen. That was with 2 to go. That Cozy went flying down the back straightaway. So I'm not ruling anything out here the rest of the way. And the way these guys are driving, we still have a lot of cars left. 23 of them on the lead lap.
Only 4 rows side by side, single file from there on out. Trey Normile hits the apron. That's going to allow Cozy to have a little bit of momentum with only 4 cars on that second lane. Make that 3 as Breyer will step back for a little bit. But here comes Travis Brown to fill in that spot. Leave 3 now on the bottom. And that's going to allow that second lane to have a little bit of an advantage going out of turn 2. And something we're going to have to look at here, Jake. If this goes green flag pit stops.
Oh, stop.
If. That's the thing. If.
Huge if.
We saw a fuel mileage race here in the preseason. Anything is possible.
Yep.
Well, and we're at that point where if we do go fuel mileage, I mean, they'd basically be cutting the rest of this race in half, and it would be close, depending on how early they pit, on whether they can make it to the end. That excludes any possible green-white checkers as Cozy takes the lead on the high side.
A question for everybody here. This has nothing to do with anything, so I apologize. But the 60th Eric Keplinger, is that a Fusion?
I see a Chevy.
You see a Chevy?
That is definitely a Chevy. I don't think he has a scheme on his car. I think that's just basic.
I'm going.
Sean is using trading paints.
We're on trading. We're on trading paints. I'm seeing just a mixed bag of makes on this car. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get clarification if I'm wrong or not. So now I know.
We'll find out next week.
Breyer's is a Fusion.
I didn't ask about Breyer.
I'm just pointing out what a Fusion looks like.
Thank you.
Like you don't know what a Fusion looks like.
Thank you for telling me what Breyer's car looks like. You know, I didn't ask about
a Fusion.
Michael Frisch is in a Fusion.
Malolo's is too, yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Look at us. We know what Fusions look like. Look at us go.
It's not a Dodge.
Travis Brown's in a Fusion. That is Breyer. Look, we haven't seen his cam this whole race. Look how calm, cool, and collected. He looks kind of bored. Looks like he's on a controller out there.
Yes, he does.
Just sitting there chilling. He's on the top side, just like he's been there before, and he has.
He's just riding around.
There he goes.
Got turned at the end of stage 2, but he's back up in this deal. He has not used his fast repair yet.
Yeah.
Good.
A little bit of left side damage, but it seems like it's not really hurting him. They're 3 wide again. Here comes Dylan Jacobs.
We keep bringing this fast repair stuff up. It's crucial. It could literally win or lose you the race if you don't have that fast repair in your back pocket, especially towards the end. So you'll see some of these guys we saw at the middle of the race, they're just putzing around with damage out there. They're doing their best to save that fast repair.
Now, I hate to bring up hypotheticals again, but if we get green flag stops and you're one of these guys that have, maybe a minute or so of damage on the car, do you take it then, or do you wait for an inevitable caution at the end of the race?
I mean, if it's me, if I have a minute of damage, you can get that fixed under a caution period. So I would avoid using the fast repair and just take the damage, because we saw last night with how fast people can get through the field. Brian LaPrade was a great example in his dual race that he just flew through the field in like a lap. So as long as your car has respectable speed and you have a drafting partner, you should be fine. So just hang on to that fast repair as long as you can. And Michael Cozy, we got to give a call to him. I don't think he's used his yet, and he's been up at the front this whole entire race, it seems, with a big push from his buddy Travis Brown as Davin is in the wall again in that traction machine up there. But Cozy, one of the best super speedway drivers on the service, he's proven why. He's been a factor all night long in this race.
Feel like we've seen the same 5 people up here, and it's the top 5 right now. Just everything outside of it has been kind of a revolving door of different faces in different places. But I mean, you've had Cozy and Travis up there almost the whole time. Same with Tiller. LaPrade's been back and forth. Normile's been up there for most of the race. As they bring it down the back straightaway, they're closing in on the lap car of Cosmo Ionescu. These straightaway ahead of these guys.
Look at Breyer.
I think the last time we checked in on Cosmo, he was 18 down. Now he's 14 down. So slowly but surely getting those laps back. Here comes, the camera left. The camera feed died. Here comes Breyer on the outside with Davin Cornelius. And Cozy's going to get shifted to the third lane. He was just leading. He's going to be outside the top 5 potentially, but I'm sure we will see him once again. And everyone's going to the bottom all of a sudden.
Could we maybe be seeing some pit stops coming? Because this is
too early.
We're getting close to the middle of the run.
Still too early.
Was trying to build unnecessary suspension. That would. Look at Fiasco in that Taurus up there, that number 2 car with some help from Justin Champagne. It's in the oldest looking car in the field, but that thing's got some speed to it. He's to the outside to the lead on Breyer.
Who needs sponsors?
Little did we know, it's the test car that Penske took to Talladega that had the unrestricted engine, the 238. Here comes Cornelius by himself on that third lane. Going to miss out on the lead by 33 thousandths of a second. Breyer going to hold it for now. He's actually going to pull ahead of Borges. And we got about a 10 to 12 car train on this inside line. Despite that, the second lane still looking strong. Normile looking high. Not going to be able to do it. Here comes Borges once again, and here comes LaPrade to cover the middle.
Yeah, things have calmed down a little bit, but also not really. There's still a lot of shuffling going on at the front, but more often than not, people are just riding around. How about Lowell? Lowell is a lap down, but he's with the lead pack. He's all caught up. He still has yet to use his fast repair. Wow. He's third on the bottom line, trying to get his lap back as Normile jumps up to the high side.
Trying to get his lap back the hard way up there. Look at him go. Can tell he hasn't used the fast repair at all in that car. The left rear is still kind of pushed in on that number 25, but he's making it work up there. Just kind of biding his time, sitting there in the third car in the bottom lane.
Don't want to be too aggressive.
Here comes that third lane. Rusty Walrus has a hell of a run with Davin Cornelius. He's going to go from 10th to 12th position all the way to third with that help from the Traxion Ford Fusion behind him. And I think that's going to allow maybe some more help to show up. Here comes Champagne on the third lane. Walrus gets a little bit sideways, almost put Cornelius in the fence as a reaction. Normile went to the middle temporarily, back to the bottom. Here comes LaPrade back in the middle.
That got scary in the tri-oval. I thought somebody was going to die.
Yeah, he's in the fence. Stop watching. Rusty, stop watching us. You're doing so well.
Yeah. How many times has he hit the wall this race by himself?
4 or 5,
Rusty.
I think.
Come on, Rusty.
At 11 times, as a matter of fact.
Tiller to the bottom for the lead.
It's starting to spread out a little bit here. I don't know if that was a result of Rusty hitting the wall, but things have definitely spread out from 6th on back. Got the first 5. Bry are about 3-4 car lengths behind the battle for 5th. And here comes Borges. He's going to sneak his way to the bottom. We're once again single file from about 5th on back.
Once again, 1/1000th of a second separates the top 2 at the start-finish line.
Do you have an official lead change count, Zach? Is that somewhere? No?
No, we don't.
It's an emphatic no from
We spent
producer
all the
Zach.
money on the weather graphic this week.
That's what Zach does. Just have we seen it at all in this race?
We saw it at the beginning.
Unnecessary.
You can't see Justin Champagne, but you can see the weather graphic.
Unnecessary, meticulous efforts by Zach Johnson.
Takes up 1/10 of the screen. That's a
The
Time is also not right. 1 o'clock on the West Coast, maybe, but not in Sim.
It is May 15th, 2021, apparently.
It's 2:14.
Now it is in the Sim. Actually, 16:14. It's 4:14.
Oh, it's 4.
Yep.
What has happened?
So it is Pacific time.
And we gotta really reconfigure the budget for this.
Michael Waltrip finally got his super speedway in California.
30 laps to go this time by. We're getting down toward the end of this deal. And I'm surprised we've kept
Rusty's on the wall.
He gets to the wall. I think he's just doing this for TV time. There's no way he's purposely or not doing this. Oh, here they come.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Pit stops.
It's like I know what I'm talking about.
That might be early if it's 27
Travis.
miles.
Oh, Kelsey's going to save it. He almost lost it.
There's no way at least 3 of those guys aren't going to get penalties. Travis for speeding and Cozy for an unsafe pit entrance.
He locked it up, and that is something that you can do. If you lock it up, I think the speed is based on the front wheels, and he got it down to 55 pretty quickly. We'll see if he had a penalty. He did not. He's off and away.
He definitely
Here's
did.
the thing, though.
No, he did not.
They cannot make it to the end unless they save fuel. We've got 30 to go. The fuel window's about 27, 28 laps.
Someone has to have caps or some kind of app that's saying that this is enough. This is something that someone has to have made this decision, because there's 5 or 6 guys that did that.
Michael Frisch was with him, and I know for sure he does, so that might have been on him.
Maybe.
Even like I would come in maybe 3 or 4 laps later just for the insurance of a green-white checker, because the way these races have been all month long, it's just absolute chaos at the end. We're definitely going to have a green-white checker the way things have been.
And we had a green-white checker here when we were here last year to open season 3.
It's weird. In the preseason, we had 2 fuel mileage races, and one of them was in this very car at this very track, and that's what Louisville won. And another one was at Iowa that Frisch won in these cars. So go figure with these fuel mileage races. We'll see if that pans out for this group. But that makes, I think that's going to make everybody think, Jacob, with everyone that saw them pit, when do we come in now? Is a window open for us?
Right, I think that's turning a lot of gears. And guess where we're going next week? Iowa. So we get 2 back-to-back fuel mileage races here. What a way to start the core. Of course, that race, the ASCA Hammer Down Twin 75s you'll see here at Twin 75. So 2 races. The second race, it's an inverted field. Each race 75 laps, and I think the stages are lap 25 and then the end of the race, and then lap 25 and the end of the race. I think we'll find out next week.
How about Eliza Bethall? We haven't talked about her much as of late after her getting involved in that first wreck, but she took her fast repair and she decided she wants to be up front. She just took the lead, lost it to Trey Normile and Davin Cornelius, but she's tired of just riding around in the back of the pack. She wants to mix it up for the lead again.
I gotta wonder, those 5 that pitted, were they just trying strategy so that way they would pit? And then when everybody else would have to pit, the caution comes out because somebody biffs it. They get to stay out, save fuel under the caution. They're the race leader.
We call that pulling a Jordan Worth.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if Frisch factored in that whoever's leading this pack is going to be hurt the most from the lack of, being out front as far as fuel mileage goes. So these guys are going to have to almost pull like a Peloton where the leader goes to the back and then back to the front over and over again to make sure that these guys have premium fuel mileage. But as far as speeds are concerned, they are 0.6 of a second faster than our lead pack as they're side by side in 1 and 2. So they're definitely making up a ton of speed right now down the back.
I mean, if there's any set of guys I want to have in line that have to make up some ground, it is these 5 guys. They're all in the same Discord room down there. It's Travis Brown, Harry Tiller, Blake McCandless, Michael Cozy, and Michael Frisch. So if anyone can make up that amount of time in these cars, it is these guys. But I mean, Kevin, you got me thinking now too. With these guys right here, they're going to cycle out to the lead. They're making up so much time, and whenever the front pack pits, these guys have to have flawless entries, all of them, to even kind of maybe catch up and make up ground to these guys. So really going to be crucial for all of these guys to get in and out of pit road as efficiently as possible.
25 laps to go. Trey Normile continues to lead the way. He's got Davin to the outside, Liza Bethall right behind him.
Oh, Rusty!
Rusty Waller sideways again. Him and that outside wall are pretty much married at this point. They've been with each other a few times too many so far in this race. He's going to fall back behind Ian Plashu.
Why? Again?
He hit the wall again. This has got to be on purpose. He's going to hit it again.
Ben, can you black flag?
He's hit the wall again.
What is? How?
He's
Why?
either having a mental breakdown or he's laughing his ass off right now.
Oh, he is absolutely laughing hysterically right now. That evil Rusty cackle is what we'd be hearing right now. Keenan Kusain lost the draft. He just came off pit road, so he's now a lap down, but he just made his potentially last stop. Everybody
Rusty,
else in the draft.
Rusty, what's going on?
I'm trying, man.
We just wanted to check in on you, man. So we've noticed every time you hit the wall lately. Is everything good?
Yeah, I'm just getting in my practice for late in the race when we're going to make our winning move, you know what I mean?
196 miles an hour, he's fine.
I'm not content riding out here. It's kind of, I don't know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to get experience, have fun.
I got you, man. I just wanted to check in on you. We'll send you back down there, but just trying to see if everything's good. Oh, boy.
What did I tell you?
I mean, you're right. I mean, he's having a good time out there.
I don't want to keep going back to this pack of 5, but they are flying 48.07 in the main pack as they're about to wreck.
Oh!
Lula Snaka and Elena almost hit each other.
At least he was trying to avoid somebody this time. He was trying to avoid Breyer, and instead he ate concrete.
Can there not be 6 things going on at the same time? But what I was mentioning is a second faster right now, these guys are.
That's crazy.
34 seconds behind the pack, but I mean, if they're a second faster and you know, the Delta's probably 40 seconds, they're going to have about a 15 to 18 second lead once these guys pit.
Now, I wasn't saying that's crazy as sarcasm. I heard Jake kind of snicker when I said that, but that is...
I did not say anything.
I didn't say anything, but a second faster at super speedways is almost unheard of when you're comparing yourself to a big pack. So that just shows just how fast those guys are making time back here. And these guys at this front pack have to be taking note of that. And I mean, I think they are, but you see guys like Rusty just hitting the wall every now and then. So these guys that pit, if this all works out for them, they are going to have such a huge lead when this pit cycle completes.
The question is, though, the guys that have already pitted, when or are they going to be able to make it to the end? They've got one pitting in the back.
Here we go. Schildhaus! Schildhaus got hit by Cisco.
He's going to get a penalty. Fires around.
Just got hit by Carlos.
Borges almost hits Schildhaus again. Schildhaus is going to have a penalty because of him getting hit below the yellow cone entering pit road. That could not have gone any worse for this round of pit stops.
Oh, what a disaster. All 3 of these guys. Now, I was just mentioning...
Rusty just hit the wall again.
Good God, man. So these guys, the 5 at the back, have now picked up another car. They picked up Cosman back there. So they're at 6 cars now are running single file. So that only makes them faster. But that's what I was talking about is we have Joey's really slow. But
why is he on the track slowing down?
Joey missed pit road. Watch. Well, you would have watched.
There's the penalty for Schildhaus. He's done.
Yep.
Penalties for... There's probably going to be penalties for all those guys.
Breyer's still in the pits. Borges is still in the pits.
Yeah, so
just an absolutely, literally a masterclass in how to not pit here.
Wow. essentially threw the race away for those guys. They need a caution now. That's, as I was saying, execution, especially during green flag runs at super speedways, is crucial. And the first group of guys put on a display of how to do it right, and these guys showed how not to.
Well, and you're not going to see a caution for a crash coming to pit road unless it comes back up onto the racetrack.
Right.
iRacing cautions are turned off. Ben is the one throwing the flag.
And at the interval, now it's 31.2 seconds. So they are continuing to just take and chop this interval. And that's just going to allow them, as we're still side by side for the lead, despite these guys just losing time. I wonder if these guys are even keeping an eye on that. If they're worried about, maybe they're just not worried at all, because, I mean, by our estimations here, 27 laps is what you need. They pitted with 31 to go. Maybe they can't even make it, and they're not even worried about it. Here comes Rusty about to flirt with the outside wall once again for fourth.
About to get married by the end of this race.
It's a civil union at this point.
Oh, Lowell, where are you going? Oh, my.
That is not what Lewell wants to do. Again, remember, he's not on the lead lap. Maybe Cosman? He's on pit road now.
Well, yeah, Cosman's on pit road. Was it Cosman?
I don't know. I didn't see anybody slower. Again, they're three wide. Davin really tight in the middle there.
Yeah, I'm not sure who could...
It's turned! He saved it! No, he didn't! Into the wall again!
No caution. That's
We're
a lot
still
harder
green.
to hit. That's going to be another chunk of time.
And that was Cornelius that got into him.
That's exactly what Travis and company wanted to see, or hear, I guess, in their case, is all this carnage happening.
Oh, he almost had it.
So now that separates this front pack. So we still got Norman. Here they come.
Here we go.
Let's see if they execute this. They're
Cornelius,
all
that's
coming
too low. You got to be careful.
Oh, Trey Normile.
Oh, Cisco was coming in high. Oh, no!
That's Team Rick! He hit a teammate in Ian, and he hit Gary. No caution.
Man.
It's out of the way. It's in the pits.
So that is going to hand this race over to Travis Brown, Harry Tillowblick, McCandless, and Cozy.
Here they come down the front stretch already.
Well, now Eliza stayed out. So Eliza's still the race leader. Bethel is. Travis is going to leapfrog here to third. Joey Stone is also stayed out for now.
Oh, man.
It's just this pack has everything in its favor. They pitted early, so they don't have to worry about setting any kind of fuel amount. Here comes the rest of the field.
Bethel gonna miss it. Hits the cone and spins and hits the wall.
That's going to be a speeding penalty and a wounded left front.
Did anybody in this front pack that didn't pit early not get penalized on pit road?
I think the only person that got out of that cleanly.
Normal just got a penalty. Normal got penalized. He just left pit road now. He was leading coming to pit road. He sped. He gets a penalty.
Yeah, he was way too fast on entry, I noticed there. So, oh man, just how not to pit 101, authored by everybody at the front of this pack.
Joey is going to be the only guy who has not pitted yet, I believe. He's going to have the help of Cosman down the backstretch, and there's the snarling pack behind him. You got Mooncar and company. That mustache looks menacing all of a sudden.
It really does. Man, oh man, it just goes to show, especially with these green flag runs, how important practicing pit entry is in these cars and pretty much in anything.
Well, another thing too is, we kind of did it ourselves in that Halloween 250 that Travis hosted. Teamwork is so important when these races go green, just kind of compiling strategy. And if you get 5 or 6 guys like they did here to just execute a decent pit stop, it just is so beneficial. And just looking at the intervals, the closest driver behind them is going to be the 23 and the 53 of Champagne and Melillo. They are 18 seconds behind our leader, 15 seconds behind the second pack.
They're going to catch Joey here before he pits.
They have executed this to absolute perfection. If you notice, they're not running the bottom lane at all in the corners. They're running that middle lane that we've seen be so powerful tonight. And we see they got 6 drivers right here just pushing each other in that middle lane, making up the ultimate time. We call it the Q line because that's the line you got to run when you're qualifying these things at super speedways. That is the ultimate way around, and you got to tip your cap to all of these guys. They have executed this strategy perfectly.
Here comes the pack. Is they're going to stay single file? Stone still has to pit. I can't believe he's not.
Wow.
It's on the front straightaway.
It looks like
Lowell is around.
How did Lowell spin?
Lowell got turned by Normile. He just got run over.
What in the world was that?
Davin Cornelius actually threw the wreck or through the caution, just saw someone right in front of him. That is
bizarre.
Oh my God! Hang on here. Look at this pack. Oh,
yeah. Geez. That's why the caution was thrown right there.
Oh, I had 100% understand. Davin, you can see, barely gets through it as well.
Guys,
that is 100% warranted for a caution.
Is this I don't know if we can call that a netcode incident. I mean, it doesn't look like it at first, but Normile hits his right rear, and it just lifts his entire rear end up on that car. I don't know.
That might be a...
that might have saved Joey Stone's race right there.
Celebratory, everyone's cheering that happened, but glad that they didn't have to be the one that wrecked.
Well, and this is going to trap Normile, Gary Owen, Bethal a lap down. Cisco is still sitting on pit road, by the way, with the damage getting fixed after he clobbered the back end of somebody. Plash, his teammate. Go figure.
Normile got a wave around. It looks like Gary Owen got a wave around.
Well, Normile, I think, gets the free pass.
Lowell's going to get a wave.
Everybody else gets the wave around. Pits are open. Most of these guys staying out, but oh my! Cozy and Frisch mowing the grass. Here's the replay of the.
This is round 3 of pit stops.
Yeah, this is Cisco from downtown.
Not even close.
Did his brake pedal?
Is it a plane? It's Francisco's.
The Grand Prix is just falling apart. The clutch went out. Now the brakes went out in that Pontiac.
I mean, we're not joking when he said he had technical issues with his pedals on his rig there. So that could very well have been what happened.
My oh my. So Travis Brown is leading, and we're going to get a restart inside 10 laps to go. Cisco has show and tell. I think that means he's holding his clutch pedal. Let's bring him up.
Let's see, where is he? He's in Team Rick down there, so we'll go ahead and we'll bring him on up here.
Bring him. I'm just going to bring him straight up.
All right,
there
Cisco.
All right.
So you say you have show and tell for us?
The spring and holder for what normally holds the clutch pedal to the pedal plate. And clearly it's in my hand. Yeah.
What happened to the brake pedal?
So that was because when I came down pit road, I had to remap both my pedals, so my clutch pedal didn't stay open the whole time. So I rush mapped my brake pedal, and I don't think I did it right.
Oh.
I don't know. If you guys want to pull up the replay of my pit entry, I don't think it worked.
We already did. Yeah, we already, we already saw that.
Looking at it, yeah.
You and Ian Plash had a very intimate moment in the pit entry.
Yeah, luckily Ian's back in this thing with the caution and all that, but yeah, no, that was a series of unfortunate events, very much so. But yeah, so I need to figure out if this is nothing sheared, so I think I'm good, but otherwise I might have to figure out how to buy iRacing a new pedal set on the demo rig, because rut-row.
Oh man, that's not the rig you want to take it off of. I mean, are you gonna?
It's the worst possible rig I could have for my bank account, anyway.
Now here's a really dumb question: are you gonna try to steal another set from another one of the rigs back there and use those?
Nah, I'll talk to them in the morning. We need this thing to go. We need this thing to be a showpiece. So me trying to hide it isn't going to do much good. So.
Oh boy. Well, it's been an eventful night for you, Cisco.
Yes, it has.
Nonetheless, this is a snarky comment, really quick before I let you go. How many seconds of damage do your pedals have? Do you think?
I think we're gonna be taking some optional over the weekend.
Oh man. Oh boy. All right, Cisco.
care,
Well,
guys.
we appreciate the update, and we'll give us another update when you get one, because this is a developing story.
Will do, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Cisco.
At least he's laughing about it. That's
He's being a good sport about it, but you got to be thinking, he's like, why tonight? Why is this happening tonight?
All right, so how about this? 10 laps to go on the restart to settle it. You had only a couple of people come onto pit road. This ought to be good. Travis Brown and Harry Tiller on the front row. Oh boy.
Do we mention there's 10 to go?
Yes, 10 laps to go.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Minus overtime. Green flag.
Canless real sideways there on the restart. Nearly gave Zach a heart attack.
Look at Justin Champagne on the apron down there. He's trying to make up time. Now, this is what we were talking about earlier. Watch these guys in the back. David Schilthouse, Rusty's hitting people this time, not the wall. So you got guys back here. David Schilthouse, Borges is back there. Watch for these guys to try to slice their way through the field. It's go time now.
It is a snarling pack back there.
Rusty's in the wall again.
I think that's where we're going to see a wreck. Maybe not even up front. It's going to be toward the back of the pack.
Look at Ian Plash making headway at the top 3 wide.
He said, get me the hell away from Cisco Scaramuza. He's going to the front by himself on that third lane. He is the only guy up there. Here comes Breyer. Says that might be a good idea. He's going to make it 3 wide as well in the back.
Well, Plash almost went to the hospital first. Dylan Jacobs couldn't quite hold the middle line in 3 and 4. That almost got scary.
Oh man, Ian, no stranger to these super speedway races in this car and at this track, so he knows what he's doing. He's been biding his time all race, and now it's time to go. Look at this. He's pretty much, for the most part, made his way up there 3 wide by himself. Here comes Joey, and there's Ian. Look at the focus on his face.
Focusing.
He is to the lead right now. Look at this. With a big push from Joey Stone. Is he going to clear Travis? Not quite. But Ian Plash bringing the 94 to the front.
The first time we talked about Ian was when he got killed by his teammate. The next time we talk about Ian, he's fighting for the lead. There he goes! Splash! Everybody piles up. Joey makes it through half the field, maybe more, in a big pile off turn 4.
Oh boy.
Frisch through the grass. Bethel once again makes contact with the inside wall. She's going to have to repair that car again. McCandless with a little bit of damage.
Breyer's leading us to go on board with him, so we'll keep that in mind. But Kevin, I think the genesis of this one was Harry Tiller in the middle there. Harry Tiller. So we'll get a replay of it. There's Harry sitting in the pits, but it looks like he just drifted way up out of turn 4. We'll get it up there in a second. There, Zach is just compiling all the footage.
He was
all right. We're going green. Never mind.
He was one of the drivers that did not come in on that last caution, so he has one of the older tires, and you can see the handling just went away from him. Just got tight.
Or just made it through. There's Davin going through the grass. So let's see what Breyer saw, because Breyer was, as we said, was pleading with us to show his onboard. But oh man, we knew it was coming. We didn't think it'd be this early in this stage of the race. All right,
Frisch
so
had at least one teammate and Cozy on top of his hood.
Did Breyer make it through this?
I think he might have.
I believe
he's second on the racetrack.
I believe that's why he said, "Look at his replay."
No way.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That's why he's in the contender series. He's pretty good at this.
Do we dare say that the golden horseshoe has gone from Cozy to Breyer in the super speedways now? I mean, that's
that's Houdini right there. How in the world does he get through that?
That is something.
Can we talk with the driver of the 35? Or
I mean, we can bring him up here. Is he in here? Let me look. Yeah, he's in here. All right, so we'll bring him on up so we can get a chat with him here. So here you go, Jake.
Breyer, are you still hyperventilating after that crash? How in the world did you make it through that?
I have no idea. That was wild. As soon as I seen them get close, I figured they were gonna wreck. And yeah, I don't know. Moses is on my side, I guess. That was wild.
So we're gonna have a restart here, inside or about with 5 laps to go. What's the game plan here? You're starting second. This probably isn't the last caution flag on the night. So you're probably going to have to do this again. What's the goal to, A, not be the caution, B, make it through that caution, and then C, have a shot to win this deal?
Well, I mean, I got some practice right there to not be a part of the caution, so hopefully that happens again. Have some kind of luck like that, and pretty much just win or catch fence at this point.
Well, best of luck here on the restart the rest of the night, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this deal.
Thank you.
Brian LaPrade, second place finish. Second place runner right now. This race isn't over yet. Oh, my.
Do you need a second, Jake?
I think I do after that. That wreck really threw me.
Oh, boy. All right, so Joey Stone is leading right now, but look at the left front of that car. It is absolutely pushed all the way in. So, man, we are going to have some hurt cars up here. So Joey looks like he's got the damage. Breyer's fine. Frisch looks okay. Champagne looks all right. Dylan. I mean, this is what we were talking about, Kevin, saving your fast repairs until the very end for just an occasion like that.
I feel like we've spoke this into existence with these last lap wrecks. I think we've done so many moon car races that you have to save it till the very end, and some of these guys have, and some of these guys had to use it very early in the event.
I tell you what, if we need all 3 overtimes, Cosman might get back on the lead lap. He is 10 laps down right now. He is 10 laps down right now. He might make it.
He was, what, 18, I think?
18 laps down.
18, yes.
Pontiac.
Why does it say Pontiac there, Zach?
It says he's in a Pontiac.
He's driving a Pontiac.
Oh,
Twice
man.
a Pontiac.
Pontiacs have not done very well. They're right now 22nd and 23rd battling for the first car 10 laps down.
It's got the Grand Prix lights, but the Chevy grill.
These things.
Yeah.
By the way, for anybody that decided to choose Thursday Night Football over this, I pity you. Not really.
What's the score?
6-3 Miami leads. There have been more punts tonight than points scored. 14 punts.
Been more punts in this race than there have been in that game.
Green flag, 5 laps to go in the Daytona 250 presented by Traxion. Who's going to get it done?
Joey Stone with all that left front damage. We'll see if he can make it work. So he's got Michael Frisch pushing him. Then on the outside lane there, we got Breyer, who, let's see if he can push his luck even further after avoiding that last wreck. He's got a hand from Justin Champagne up there, side by side through 1 and 2. What is going to give first? Malillo on the top back there trying to get something going, and it doesn't look like anyone's willing to go with him.
Well, Malillo got pushed up there, too. The hole went away. Here comes Keplinger. He jumps to the outside. Oh, boy.
That's not how you do it.
They're not going to make it, if you couldn't tell.
We haven't talked about Keplinger except for the time that Sean mistook him for a Ford. He has made his way into the top 5, making that third lane work to his advantage. Chop block Malillo. He is all over the place out at turn 4. All these guys nearly hit the outside wall, going to the tri-oval, 3 wide for the lead at the line, barely by almost an inch. Keplinger by 0.006 of a second.
It's not if, but when, folks.
Yeah, 4 to go. I'm speechless. I'm just waiting for him to wad him up. Keplinger almost hits the wall. Malillo almost hits the wall.
Oh boy, if I'm Travis Brown, if I'm Michael Cozy Jr. in that third lane, I'm rethinking my decision to be up here.
Harry almost took out Normile. Oof.
Still 3x3 though. How much longer can they make it last? They're 3x3 for about 5 rows here. This is ridiculous.
If you're up here, I hope you have a fast repair. Otherwise, we'll be seeing you.
All the wall.
We're good. 3 to go.
At the line again. Dead heat. 1,000th of a second. These are just auditions for the finish. Harry Tiller gets relegated to the inside. He's going to fall out of the draft, and that's going to allow that middle lane to build up. Stone losing a little bit of momentum, and now Breyer going to have a little bit of an advantage through 1 and 2, but here they come on the inside and the outside.
Yeah, Harry was blinking. That's why he backed out. Lap traffic could be a factor. The middle line stuck. Normile. He gets hit by Borges. We keep going. It's only a one-car crash. Most of the field is still together. I don't think he's going to defend as race winner. We'll find out. Coming to 2 laps to go. Joey washes up, almost gets into Breyer. And here they come. 2 laps to go.
3 by 3 still at the front. Where is this wreck going to happen? Everyone catching the apron on the low side. They keep it going, but it's Breyer, Keplinger, and Joey leading the way. And who is going to have the best pusher out of all these guys? Malillo trying his best on the top. You got Justin Champagne in the middle, Frisch on the bottom. Something's got to give with all these guys as they make their way down the back.
I don't know. I think they might be able to hold it together for one more corner. The lap car is Cosman that they will get to here before this race is done.
Oh.
Through 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag. If they make the white flag, this is it. Here comes Joey fighting back on the low side. Still 3 wide. Justin gets Yiggly. This is it. White flag. 1 more to go in the Daytona 250. Keplinger leads that lap. Who's going to lead the last one?
Hold your breath, hold your line. 3 by 3 by 3, 4 rows deep. Oh, Jacobs gets a little bit sideways on the inside line. That's going to check up the bottom. Here comes the middle once again to try and get Joey Stone. Keplinger almost hits the middle line.
We've got a parade of lap cars. It's Cosman, it's Normile, it's Blake McCandless. Oh! It's Harry, he collects Plash, and Lowell almost gets turned. He saved it. We've still got 7, 8, 9 cars left. Storming into turn number 3. Where will these lap cars go? Breyer leads the middle line. Keplinger up high. Here comes Joey down low with the run. Help from Frisch. Remember, the apron is possible. Where do the lap cars go? Here comes Justin!
Justin gonna do it! Yes!
Oh, Justin Malillo! Did he get it? Yes! Justin
You gotta be kidding me!
He got it! Justin Malillo! Get his face on the screen! He wins Daytona 250, presented by Traxion in a Traxion car!
Oh my god! Oh, that's awesome! Oh, there it is! Yeah!
Yes!
You gotta be kidding me! Oh my god!
In the Moonhead shirt, nonetheless, Justin Malillo somehow survives that. We need a lot of replays at the end of that, but not a happier person in this race right now than that man, Justin Malillo. He can't believe it.
I can't believe it. What a finish! What a photo finish!
And another guy we didn't even mention all race pretty much. Keenan Kusin finishes 2nd in the Kia. So,
did we mention the margin of victory?
1/1000th of a second.
1/1000th of a second. It cannot get closer than that in terms of iRacing standards. But Justin Malillo is going to do a well-deserved burnout here.
Can we get a tarp sent to Michael Frisch's car, please? He is dead.
That's the 2nd day in a row he's just destroyed his car at the end of the race.
He dug in and did a kickflip in the grass here on the front straightaway. I mean, he is dead. Somebody ass-packed somebody else after the flag. Wow.
Have you ever?
I'm still out of breath.
Frisch in the race chat says help. So I guess what he said there. There's Justin Malillo mowing the grass at Daytona. We'll get a word with him in a second, but I need to see at least a couple of replays from this. Let's see here.
Yeah.
So, Justin Malillo, you would think if you were looking at this image live, you would think there's no way that 53 is going to win the race. So
what happens here?
A lot to unpack.
I think did Keplinger hit the wall?
I think
out of 4?
Justin hit it. Let's see. So Justin's in that pink car at the top there. He gets wide. He's going to hit the wall right there. And he might have gotten to the back of Eric. Eric hits the wall, and then Eric just takes everyone at Keenan nearly. So look at all them synchronized spinning.
Keplinger almost still got this, by the way.
Who's that in the grass? Is that Breyer in the grass?
Yeah. Oh, everybody was in the grass.
There was a great battle for 4th. Stone 104 thousandths. Breyer 2 thousandths behind him.
How Stone beat LaPrade. I don't know where Stone goes. Because you see LaPrade, you don't see Stone, but he beats LaPrade.
Oh, look at this gap.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
that.
Wow.
That's almost a tie. The kick out on the nose, that's the difference.
It does not get much closer. Where's Joey in this? I want to see where Joey was. Watch that 5 car right there on the inside. Here we go on board. Let's see what he sees. So he's definitely not looking to his right, I don't think, right here. So there's the contact. Nowhere to go for anybody.
Yeah, I think he's going to save it here and just keep going through the grass. Oh, yeah. 5 wide.
Look at that. Using every inch of real estate, literally, at this facility. I have not seen, I'm going to be honest, I've been racing these for a long time. I have not seen a finish like that ever. That was fantastic. There's the wreck on the backstretch that took Ian Plash out right there. He's the guy spinning down there. Oh, boy. Look at Keenan Kusin. He's in that 03 right there. He finishes second.
Business. He has no business in this lead.
The track just clears up in front of him. There's the contact, and he almost won the race.
Oh, my God.
Oh. I told you, he's dead.
That is hellacious.
He almost hit the fence.
Almost pirouetted.
Oh!
Oh, no.
Who was that just came flying in there?
I think that was Travis. Was that Borges?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So while we're checking the infield care center, I think, Jake, we can get a word with our winner tonight now that everything's calmed down. Justin Melillo is going to be live with Jake.
Justin Melillo, the self-proclaimed slowest driver on iRacing, slow and in the way. You win in your first core regular season start. Holy cow.
Yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
Stop being so reserved, Justin.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, that was just I've never been more up on the wheel than I was for those last 5 laps. I had gotten up into the high lane. I thought I was gonna be able to zoom right to the front, and the 60 pulled out right in front of me. So I'm like, okay, so now I gotta push the 60. So that was the goal: get the 60 out front and make sure that my line won. And we got there off of turn 4, and I think I caught the wall, and I think he caught my bumper, and we hooked a little bit, and I didn't even realize that Keenan was so close too. It was an absolute insane finish, but you gotta love it. Winners in core.
You're the points leader after this race. You win in the car that's also the title sponsor and the race sponsor, Traxion.
It was rigged.
It's gotta be so special for you.
Yeah, that's really cool that Traxion was able to hop on board for this season, the 4th season of core, and in my first season here, running the Traxion car and everything. So definitely a very special moment. Definitely a moment that I'm going to remember for a long time. So definitely cool to be here and celebrating this moment.
Congratulations. Core winner, Justin Melillo. Points leader, Justin Melillo. We'll see you next week at Iowa.
Thanks. We'll catch you next time.
Justin Melillo, race winner. I'm not even sure he believes it right now, but he did it. He got it. It's his. He won it. Let's talk with Keenan Kusin, if we can. The driver of the 03, the Kia, who came oh so close to getting his first win in his second season with Kevin.
Keenan, you pretty much laid in the weeds the entire race. We didn't see that Kia Stinger up front until pretty much it was crunch time. Take us through not only that final restart, because it was absolute pandemonium 3x3, but take us through that final lap.
Leading up to that last run, my whole plan was just to keep the fast repair in the bank, wait until we figured out what happened with the green flag stop on the 3rd stage, and then kind of go for it. I was hanging out way in the back, so I wouldn't come in, but someone on my team said stay out, and I panicked and just slapped the brakes, lost the draft. I was like 15th in a lap down. We got that late caution. That saved my whole race. Kind of just tried to push up the middle. I've had food poisoning all day, so I'm like, oh God, I probably shouldn't be here. And then the seas just parted coming to the line. I saw my mirror, people got wrecked, my teammate got wrecked. And I came up, I saw the line for 4. I'm like, I'll see if I can send it 4. And then I guess they spun right in front of me. I was like, all right, cool. We're going to have a good finish. And I looked, I'm like, oh, this is for the win. Oh God. So, I probably could have pinched Justin a little bit. And I got to tell you, losing by 1,000th kind of hurts, but I'm glad if it was anybody in that last pack, it was Malillo.
Well, I'm sure as bittersweet it is to lose by 1,000th. You do come home in second with second place points. This is a very long season. I think it's 12 or 13 weeks we got here at the core in season 4. How do you think you'll do next week at Iowa? We were there in the preseason, but how do you think you'll fare in the regular season there?
I mean, I'm not really an oval guy. I know this is going to be a surprise to a lot of people, but I got invited last season. And I'm like, oh, this is a great experience to get better at my oval racing. So Iowa is one of my tracks that I've been a little bit more confident at. That's on the schedule. That isn't a road course. So I'm hoping we do decent. I was 7th in points last year. So it'd be cool to be able to get a top 5. And being able to put on the podium here at Daytona is a really good start to that season.
I think for a road guy, I think second's a good start. Good luck the rest of the season, man. And we'll see you in Ikea.
Yeah, man. And again, shout out to Traxion, Thrustmaster, my sponsors. Thank you for everyone at Core for putting this on. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and we'll see you next week.
I just wanted to say that. That's all I.
Let's talk to our third place finisher, Eric Keplinger. He's with Sean.
Eric, so you're coming off of turn 4. You got the finish line in sight. There's not a thing out in front of you. And next thing you know, you're in the grass. So walk us through that hellacious last couple hundred feet to the line in the final lap.
Yeah, it's just a product of this kind of racing. I don't blame anybody. It's just, it's the last lap. You gotta just push the heck out of the guy in front of you. And I just got the rear end lifted up, and we hit the wall in, and I just bounced off the wall and everybody, and then we just came sliding in. But I mean, my plan worked. I just wanted to stay out of trouble all day long. I got caught up in a wreck earlier because it happened right in front of me. But hey, we're just in the right position, the right time. I'd like to thank my crew chief, Talon Drake. Well, he's my spotter, actually. If it wasn't for him, I would not be in the position I am now. So big props to him. Also, I assume you guys will ask me who I also want to thank. So I'd like to thank my friend Ryan, everybody in the lads, Benjamin Fanning, Carnation, everybody else in the boys and Legends Racing League. And also, I was promised $10 by my friend if I call Justin a hack. So I'd like to say Justin is a hack, and I expect the $10 by tonight.
Well, there you go. I think you got that all locked up. So we go ahead and get yourself something nice with that. But we've been asking everybody. So now we got the big oval out of the way at Daytona. Now we go to the not as big oval, Iowa, next week. So everyone's saying that it's going to be an interesting race. What's your approach heading into next week?
I'm not really good at Iowa. I'm just hoping for a top 15 there.
It's all good, man. Hey, don't come in there with any expectations. Who knows? You might come out with a win. So that's usually how it works. But Eric, man, you somehow managed to get a top 3 finish here despite all the chaos on the final lap. I'd say it's a good day at the office for you tonight. But congrats on the podium, man, and we'll see you next week at Iowa.
Thank you. I hope everybody watching and you guys have a great night.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's Eric, P3 for you tonight, and Jake, we'll send it back to you.
Let's
Infield Care Center update.
Let's have a moment of silence for Michael Frisch, who we lost tonight on that crash on the last lap. What a ride, huh?
Man, I can't believe y'all got announcers in the medical care center. They're pumping me with IVs right now. I have severed a limb and an arm in that wreck.
Sean knows a thing or two about severed limbs.
Yeah. So Iowa's gonna be a tough one.
Says the guy that won
both of them.
Both of them earlier in the fall brawl and came within feet of winning the last one last year at Iowa. Yeah, tough race for Frisch at Iowa. I'll believe it.
Listen, I got PTSD now. I'm shell shocked because of that. I can't even drive straight.
Minus the fatality in the tri-oval. Everything else on that last lap, though, you kind of, you were a factor there until you wound up on your roof.
With as soon as that restart kind of went, I couldn't get off the bottom, and I was just pinched down there for.
Oh my God.
Yeah, That's one of my wildest wrecks, honestly, that just naturally happen. Oh, and then Carlos just comes in and just...
Just in case you weren't dead enough, I had to finish you off a little more.
Yeah, like I wasn't missing a limb already. I think that's what severed my arm. But either way, we'll look forward towards Iowa and hopefully, be crowned the champion there again. I don't like Iowa. I hate it though. But I just drive good there, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll see you at Iowa next week, and best of luck to you there.
Hey, you guys are some bad broadcasters. You asked everybody else who you want to thank, who you want to shout out.
We don't ask those questions.
You don't ask me. What is this?
That is the forbidden question. I did not ask that to Justin.
All right, I'd like to thank Bar Visuals, Matt Wishart, Tristan Hagenstein, Dave.
We're out of time. Sorry about that. Unreal.
It's not our job to remind you to thank your people. It is your problem, not ours. Let's run through the results here. Whew. Long list, and there's a lot of junk here at the end of this list for people that crashed, but nonetheless, Justin Malillo, race winner. Keenan Nakia Kusan in second, and Eric Keplinger, Joey Stone, Brian LaPrade with the top 5. Travis Brown finishes in 6th. Lowell comes back from way back there to finish in 7th. Rusty brings it home 8th after hitting the wall 1,500 times. Davin finishes 9th. Harry Tiller finishes in 10th.
Go down the next. We'll go down the rest here. So Schildhaus there didn't really say his name all that much. He'll end up in 12th down there. We saw Dylan Jacobs 11th, and we go to Justin Champagne 13th. Michael Frisch flips about 35 times in the front stretch at the end of the race. Will come home in 14th. Michael Cozy Jr., a bit of a disappointing run for him in 15th. He looked to rebound at Iowa. Then we got Carlos Borges, Gary Owen, Ian Plash, Eliza Bethal, Trey Normile, Blake McCandless back there, Cosme Jonas Shu back there, Cisco Scaramuza probably still fixing the clutch pedal on his rig, and then Caleb Hoffman. And Cisco is down in the interview. Does he have another update for us down here? He was kind of sitting down there.
Hello, Cisco? You're muted.
Hello.
Do we have any? Oh, there he is. Do we have any last updates? Oh,
Yay! Look at that.
It works.
It's not at the wall.
Yeah, I know. So if
Are
you,
those
we'll take on walkies here. You see those blades holding that little back thing or so?
Did those just snap?
So yeah, one was loose, and that's what happened. So it basically unseated it from the backing there, and so the spring, the backing, and pretty much everything went into the wall there. So.
Oh God.
So a little bit of Allen key and stuff like that. Hopefully this isn't too jarring for those at home, but yeah, we survived.
So I guess is your wallet going to survive then? I mean,
Yes.
you're concerned about that.
Are those Husingfelds?
Yes, they are.
No, those are not cheap.
No, they aren't. That's why, like, as soon as I was done with you guys, I'm like, okay, I'm actually fixing this. So.
Well, it's good to see the spring actually in the pedal and not in your hand anymore. So that's a good benefit for that. So crisis averted?
Crisis averted. Cisco doesn't have to pay probably as much as I pay in rent to buy a new pedal set for the demo rig. Thank God.
Kevin was actually thinking about buying a set of those Huskenfelds.
They're great. It's just, so the problem is this is a demo rig, so that means it goes through the ringer, and there was a bolt that just wasn't tight. That's all it was.
Duly noted.
So, yeah.
Duly noted.
Take care of your equipment. Don't let it sit in an office for an entire year where no one walks in.
Well, at least we are ending the broadcast on a high note, a happy ending for the broadcast. So Cisco, I'm really happy you got those things fixed, man. That would have been bad.
Yeah, it would have been bad. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Cisco. Jake, we'll send it back to you. We'll wrap it up.
Well, let's take a look at points because I understand that we do have a point. We do have points.
Hey! Look at Zach.
Yeah.
Look at what Zach did.
Yeah, he took the Excel sheet, put it in a browser, and bing, bang, boom, there it is. So, really not much changes. Frisch gains a couple of points because of the stages. Yeah.
Tie for 5th.
Yep.
Tie for 13th. Tie for 15th.
Yeah. And Justin, P1, 5-point lead over Keenan Kusan, and I think right now he's screaming, "Stop the count!"
He's gonna frame this on his wall.
Cancel the season.
Final thoughts here, gentlemen. Wild night of racing.
Oh man, I think we've said everything that needs to be said already with this, but what an amazing finish. I mean, we have not seen a super speedway finish like that on iRacing maybe ever. So that is definitely one for the ages, but it was a great race. Saw a lot of side-by-side racing. Strategy played a big part of this, and to have it capped by a finish like that, I would say it's a win-win for everybody, the league, everyone viewing, and us for keeping us on the edge of our seat for sure.
I think when we go to Iowa, we're going to miss the 5 wide finish that we saw
this every week.
That was, I think I can say this with confidence that Legacy Daytona it may be one of the oldest tracks on the service, but it's easily one of the best as well. And we will miss it very dearly the rest of the season. But Iowa, we saw in the or in the preseason during the Fall Brawl, produced 2 very good races, and we'll see twin 75s here in a week.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for next week now. This is going to be the longest week of my life till Thursday comes around next week. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Great to have you with us. We will see you next week from Iowa. It's going to be a lot of fun. For our producer, Zach Johnson, for Sean Butler and Kevin McAdams, I'm Jacob Hitz. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for Traxion for sponsoring the race and the league. And the driver that went to victory lane tonight, Justin Malillo. He wins the Daytona 250. We'll see you next week from Iowa. Until then, good night.